Hi friends, wish you all a happy Divine Mercy Sunday. The message of Divine Mercy that his sister Faustina received from the Lord with the command of our Lord to paint an image according to the pattern that his sister Faustina had seen, came also a request to have this image venerated, first in the sisters' chapel unto the whole world. The same is true with the revelation of the chaplet. The Lord requested that this chaplet be said not only by Sister Faustina but by others. Encourage souls to say the chaplet that I have given you. The same is true of the revelation of the Feast of Mercy. The Feast of Mercy emerged from my very depths of tenderness. It is my desire that it solemnly be celebrated on the first Sunday after Easter. Mankind will not have peace until it turns to the fount of my mercy. This request of the Lord given to Sister Faustina between 1931 and 1938 can be considered the beginning of the Divine Mercy message and devotion in the new forms. Through the efforts of Sister Faustina's spiritual directors, Father Michael Sopoko and Father Joseph Andras, Society of Jesus and others, including the Marians of the Immaculate Conception, this message began to spread through the world. Moreover, it was Saint Pope John Paul II who told the Marian Fathers, "Be apostles of divine mercy under the maternal and loving guidance of Mary." We have been faithfully following his instructions ever since. Both in his teachings and personal life, Saint Pope John Paul II strove to live and teach the message of divine mercy. As the great mercy Pope, he wrote an encyclical on divine mercy. The message of divine mercy has always been near and dear to me, which I took with me to the See of Peter, and which it in a sense forms the image of this pontificate. In his writings and homilies, he has described divine mercy as the answer to the world's problems and the message of the third millennium. He canonized Sister Maria Faustina as a saint on 30th April 2000, a nun associated with the message. And he did it in Rome and not in Poland to underscore that divine mercy is for the whole world. When Saint Pope John Paul II canonized Sister Faustina, making her Saint Faustina, he also on the same day surprised the entire world by establishing Divine Mercy Sunday, the feast day associated with the message, as a feast day for the entire church. The feast day falls on the second Sunday of the Easter season. On that day, John Paul II declared, "This is the happiest day of my life." And in 2002, the Pope entrusted the whole world to Divine Mercy when he consecrated the International Shrine of Divine Mercy in Lakiwniki, a suburb of Krakow in Poland. This is where Saint Faustina's mortal remains are entombed. The saint lived in a convent nearby. The Pope himself remembers as a young man working in the Solvay quarry, just a few meters from the present day shrine. Coming to our daily life, do we desire mercy or sacrifice? In other words, Do we desire mercy and love, or judgment and condemnation? It's very clear in our Lord Jesus' words, Matthew chapter 9, verse 30. Go and learn what this means. I desire mercy, not sacrifice. For I have not come to call the righteous, but sinners. He not only spoke on mercy, but he lived it. That's why he was able to forgive the woman caught in adultery and was able to accept the prodigal son with mercy and compassion. Likewise, we could see in so many places in the Bible and in so many incidents where Jesus was merciful. Why should we desire mercy? It is for the consequences of mercy. What are the consequences of mercy? They are love, peace, forgiveness, conversion, new life, and joy. This is what Jesus emphasizes in today's gospel passage, saying in 3 times to his disciples, peace be with you. So let us promote peace by showing mercy to everyone, especially to those who are in difficult times.